I'm in the mood to really discuss a movie that a movie I haven't seen recently, but a movie that really pissed me off, as bad as a movie possibly could. So I'm gonna warn you, for those who are watching, that this is gonna contain vulgar language. It's gonna contain a lot of profanities. It's not gonna be nice. It's gonna be biased again because it's me here, and apparently to the internet, I don't know shit. Oh, spoiler alert. That's my cat. So the movie I want to talk about today is Ridley Scott's Prometheus. Holy shit, this movie sucked. Like, I'm gonna spill the beans right now. I'm not a fan of a lot of science fiction. I'm not a fan of space or aliens or that kind of crap, because I am more of a fantasy, history, medieval junkie rather than looking to the sci-fi, getting into Mass Effect, all that kind of stuff. I mean, there are exceptions though. When a movie or a story or a game are done well, I can appreciate it for that. I can see the fantasy of being in space when it's done well. And I'm gonna put this out there, I really, really like Aliens by Ridley Scott. I mean, I've never seen Alien, and I haven't seen what came after, but I don't need to see what comes after because it's basically crap. I don't know, Alien 3? All I know is that Alien Resurrection sucked balls. I loved Aliens. That movie I saw as a kid scared the shit out of me, and it was because of the face suckers. It wasn't even about the giant hulking killer machines of brutal nature, but no, it was the face suckers, those little bastards that just you never knew where they were, and it was always too late when they got you. And seeing that in the dark with a full sound coming at you and lack of sound is terrifying to however young I was in the past. So, besides my bias of sci-fi, this movie starts out on a horrible, horrible note. And it would have to be at the title. I take a self-study, I look up on my own and study all the time different things for, ideas I come up with or stories or whatever. And Greek mythology is something I try to study up for a while. And as far as Prometheus goes, the title isn't really that important. You've got this really horrible juxtaposition between Prometheus, the god, or the Titan, more so, who gave fire to the humans and was punished by God for that, and these aliens, to avoid spoilers, to these aliens that, I mean, even if the title only refers to the ship, spoiler alert, Prometheus is the fucking ship. Whoop-de-crap. Even if the humans were supposed to get some kind of information and bring it back to Earth or the populated planets that we have now, or at that time period, or whatever, it's not like the ship matters. The ship isn't the ship is what gets them there, okay? In this movie, the ship is a vehicle. That's all it is. It doesn't mean crap. And don't worry, I mean, it gets worse, because this is probably one of the, illogically built ships ever. Yeah, I'd have to say it is. The movie starts out with, I swear to God, it feels like 5 minutes of credits over this artsy as shit background. Just the camera's just moving along and looking at stuff. You've got looking over waterfalls and fields and mountains. It's artsy. It's the planet and its beauty, and you got their stupid credits going on, and it slips in the Prometheus title like it just forgot, and Big Bang, way to really start off your movie. It's just so slow. Like, you don't think of an Aliens movie starting out so slow, do you? I mean, I may be just a dumbass for that, but Jesus Christ, this was not how to draw in someone who isn't into the sci-fi thing. The worst thing you can do is try to show in the first 5 minutes to your audience that, hey, we're really deep. We have, you know, cameras to look over how beautiful the world is, and how this means, or how it's relevant. And it's not. It's only relevant in the last, I'm gonna call it a minute, where we find this huge hulking white motherfucker, just kneeling in a robe, and he's got an alien thing, and he puts it in his body, and then he just sort of fades into ash, and his body is reconstructed, and that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a giant ship out there, but like it matters. It's just something you point at and say, you know, huh, well, that's a ship. This guy dissolves into ash, and they don't tell us what it means, so pretty much we just wasted 5 minutes not even having a successful wank. And the movie gets started. And it starts out with people in your cryo prison things. I mean, you got your space beds where, you know, well, I guess, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, we start off in north of Scotland in these caves, and you got archaeologists. They find what is a cave painting referring to an alignment of like 5 or 6 stars. And they're they're like, oh my god, we totally found it, like, oh, this like has to mean something. And then we get into the cryo prisons, where, as Ridley Scott goes, you know, everyone sleeps in them, and it helps reserve their body, and of course when you get out of them you feel like shit because you've been asleep for like years, or, I mean, light years, which is distance over time, I get it. But you've got this weird motherfucker looking over them, and he's looking into their dreams. Of course, he's a weird-looking motherfucker. He's blonde, he's awkward, he can do anything. He can ride a bike and play basketball at the same time. He likes to watch movies, really creepy really old movies, with creepy lines that he tends to focus on, like, something like, be considerate to ignore the pain, or something like that. Ooh, like, this guy's totally trustworthy. It's just so obvious that the blonde character in media, I personally think, is starting to become a villain. We've gotten past this point where the blonde, blue-eyed babe was, like, the pinnacle of the heroic, like, you know, the great character, like, you know, over the years and centuries of time, blonde was always, like, the good thing, and now we've just sort of, like, flipped over this view that blondes should be really evil now. You know, they're the fucking Ashley Tisdales of High School Musical. Like, blondes are really bitchy and they suck, and, you know, I guess I'm evil too because I'm a blonde now. But no, they don't really help this guy who's obviously an android, who's obviously evil, and who's obviously up to something. I mean, Jesus Christ. People who don't really want to get this, I mean, you must have one hell of a sense of disbelief. Or what? I don't know. So, it's wake-up time, and the first one that comes out is our bitch of the movie. And she is, I forget who she's played, but everyone says she's really hot. She's the witch from, the witch queen from Snow White and the Huntsman, who she was, I've heard, entertaining in that, but in this, she's just playing the same goddamn note. She is the bitch. She wakes up out of her tube, keels over, and then starts doing push-ups. Like, holy shit. Then all the other researchers the researchers from our archaeological find from before, they all start waking up, and they're puking their guts out, and they hate it, and we've got our main character. And because I'm so horrible with names, I know that our evil-looking motherfucker is David, and that'll come into play later. We've got our lead. Oh, God. Oh, right. Shaw. frickin' Shaw. Elizabeth Shaw. And because I had to look that up, because I really don't care about her, and I'm sorry if she, I'm sorry for the actress, she's doing something, but it's just not working for this movie. She's got this whole very naive and this very faithful kind of appearance. It's very innocent and that kind of thing. Like, she's all about learning. She wants to know where the hell we came from because of the next part.